I'm live. Hi. I literally just got home from the gym. Like I vlogged about it, so you guys are gonna get a chance if you watch my vlogs to see what the heck happened and how I ended up in such a rush. But I'm here. I'm telling you guys, I just came in the house, taking off my pocketbook. But I had to get my workout in. I had to get at least my cardio done. So I did that. Put a little lip on. So today I'm going to be talking about the same thing I always talk about now. We're going to talk about our fitness journey, but I wanted to take a minute. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to take a minute to talk a little bit about me before I start going into anything else. And I also want to give a chance for anybody that may end up coming into the live to enter. Oh, wow. How do I? I'm still learning the live stuff. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sharing. I'm going to share this link and let people know that I'm currently live. You know what? I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to chat, and whoever comes in, comes in. I just had a moment in the car. I don't really want to rehash it right now because I put it in my vlog. So I would like for people to have a chance to watch it, to watch the vlog to find out. So let me tell a little bit about me, and then I'll jump into the topic. So a little bit about me. Hi. So my name is Shireen, but on YouTube, I'm Coach Mean Reen. The reason why that name came about is because I am a virtual fitness coach. I do live Zoom workouts Monday through Thursday on, did I say on Zoom? I think did I say live Zoom. Yeah, on Zoom. And the classes can be a little intense. They're good classes, of course, but I believe, I'm a firm believer in, I'm going to meet you where you are, physically, fitness wise, mentally, all of that. And I'm going to help you level up. So when you have to level up or when you have to make a change, sometimes it can be uncomfortable and people might call you mean, because when they don't feel like changing and you're making them change, you pushing them outside of their comfort zone, and people rebel against that. They don't want it. They don't want to be pushed outside of their comfort zone. So I have to turn into somebody else a little bit, and I'm a straight shooter. So that might come off as being mean. So people have called me Mean Reen because it rhymes, and that's kind of stuck. So here we are all these years later, and my name is Coach Mean Reen. Right? I know. So, but I actually am very passionate about fitness. So let me tell you a little bit about me. So I was born in England by parents that both have a similar story. They both were born in Jamaica and migrated to England. My dad at a younger age than my mom, but they both migrated from Jamaica in England. They met in England, and yeah. So I was born there. And then I moved to America when I was fairly young. I went to all school out here in America. I went to from elementary all the way up. I went to school here. Uh, Currently, I am a married woman. Ooh, I got a story time for you guys because I've been married before. That's a story all on itself. But I want to be able to tell that story without hurting anybody's feelings because even though I'm no longer with that person, I did share my daughter with him. And yeah. But anyway, I was married before, but I'm currently married in a totally different type of marriage now. Like I am in a marriage with someone that is so supportive of me and my endeavors. He has my back. He's very confident in himself. If I want to go on a girls trip, for instance, or I'm in a healthy relationship, I'll say that. There's no questioning me. There's no, it's just a totally different type of relationship. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Anyone that comes, matter of fact, let me put that in the chat. And I didn't do my poll. Mm. Ask me anything. Start Q&A. Hold your mouse. What? I'm sorry, guys. I'm still learning the live on the, the computer. So as you come in, guys, please drop. Uh, Please like the live as you come in. So the thing about me that I've been talking a lot about, especially over the holidays, this is the most I've been speaking about it, is the most tragic thing that has happened to me in my life, and that is the death of my daughter. I am a bereaved mom. My daughter died in 2009. And literally, you know how they say there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her? It's in some shape, form, or fashion. I think about this child every day in some way. She is with me all the time. Even my business color, the purple that you see everywhere, you see purple, even down to my camera. On my camera, I have a purple case. I have purple everywhere, you know what I mean? And it's all a tribute to her. My business color is purple. You'll see purple throughout anything I really do. It has purple in it because that was her favorite color. At her funeral, I wore purple. I think I had on purple shoes. It was a very, very sad day. We did everything all in one day. If you've lost a child, if you haven't lost a child and you have your children and you got the opportunity to see them grow up and you've got the opportunity to see them have kids, you are blessed. I long for that. And not to have had any more children because after I had her, I knew that I was going to be the parent of an only child. I mean, she had half siblings because her dad had children, but I knew I was not going to do that again. It was a traumatic delivery. I was pushing, and then if I did not refuse to push anymore because something felt wrong, if I didn't do that, I don't know if she would have survived. Because when she was born, the doctor was like, "You were right. The cord was wrapped around her neck and her shoulder." So if I kept pushing, she would have choked. Bobby, like something felt wrong. Like it was hurting way too much. And I'm like, something is not right. And I was like, I'm not pushing. I'm telling you, me, my little young what was I, 23-year-old self. So I was like, I am not pushing anymore. Something is wrong. I screamed that out like in the hospital, and they were like, all right. And they wheeled me to go do the emergency C-section. They I felt the hot fire as they were putting me under. I felt them cut me. I felt it. And that is something you don't want to feel. It feels like hot fire against your skin. Like, oh my God. So after I had her, I was very grateful that she had all of her faculties. She was so smart. She was so fast, so strong. Like, she was the perfect little kid. And she had a sense of humor. Oh my God. It's just very tragic, you know. But then I say to myself, like, because I had times when I did question God, like, why me? Why did this happen to me? But then I'm like, I can't question God about stuff like that, because why not you? You're not, like, one person is not more special or more deserving of bad than the other. I'm sure there are people in this world that do terrible things. Guys, if when you come into the live, please like the live. Even if you stay for a minute, like the live as you go. Please, as soon as you enter, just hit like. That would really help me out here. I rushed home for this. Like, I'm telling you the truth. I rushed home because you know what? You know what? I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'll go back to the story about money, but I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. Okay. When you make a promise to yourself, even like for instance, for this YouTube channel, for my YouTube channel, I said every Sunday I'm gonna go live at 6 o'clock. And I'm hoping, you know, that people show up, right? So today, right now, I've been on for 12 minutes. Nobody has come into the live. Is this thing, I'm pretty sure it's public. It is public. There's one person, I think one person, but no one's liking the live. So I'm not sure if that's for real, like if someone really is in here. But hi. Should I call you Sports Nerd? Your name is Sports Nerd on here. Can you please? Oh, you did like the live. Thank you so much. So I have made a decision to do this, like to really give it a go at my YouTube channel, right? Like that's my mission. So sometimes you have a mission, you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, but then it doesn't quite go the way you want it to go, or people don't respond to it right away. So what we do is we end up quitting and we end up stopping because we're like, well, nobody's showing up. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk. I'm going to have this conversation. If people come in right now during the live, fine. If people come in and watch the replay later after I'm done, fine. But the message I want to share is that you can't, just because no one's showing up in the beginning, that doesn't mean you quit. Because one day there could be so many people that show up that you won't even be able to handle all of the people that show up. So I'm not going to quit on me. And this is the same thing I say to you. When you start something, you might not get all of the support, all of the outpouring of support. You think your friends and family would be the people to show up every time, to be there for you, to show up for you. They know what you're doing, they see what you're doing. And if they don't show up, a lot of people that start a business or start something, start an initiative, if their family doesn't show up for them, they get so discouraged. And they're like, well, you would think that my family would support me in this, but what I want to offer to you is this. Your family might not understand what you're doing, so they might not think that their support really matters, right? Or they might just not be interested or just don't want to support you, whatever it is. That shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do. That should never stop you, because your tribe is out there. There are people out there that will support you, that will. So that's just something I wanted to tell you guys. Don't ever feel like, oh, I can't do this because no one's supporting me or nobody's there for me. You show up anyway. Guys, as you come into the live, please like the live, say hi in the chat, drop a 1 in the chat to let me know that you're here. I'd greatly appreciate it. I was talking about my daughter, Kimani. I was talking about how wonderful she really, really was. And the tragedy, like I just completely tragic that, hey, Chris, what's up? Really, really tragic that she's gone. And that's something that, so think about this, okay? And this is something that I observed over the years. I lost my daughter in 2009, but I'm also a woman, right? Of childbearing year. Well, I'm entering the end of the childbearing years, but I'm a woman that was of childbearing years when she passed away. So everywhere I went, and she was my only child, okay? Everywhere I went, people would ask me, do you have kids? Do you have kids? Do you have kids? Now, if I'm at the supermarket or I'm at a new job orientation or wherever, and you're starting to meet people and they ask you that, how do you answer? Do you tell them, yes, I have to? Because what's the next question? After they ask you, do you have kids? And you say yes. Oh, how old are they? People have no idea what's the next person's story is. We ask these questions without thinking, and you mean no harm, but we ask these questions without thinking. So I started a new job. I was a social worker for a very long time. And I had started a new job working for child protection in New York City when I worked in New York. And I was very happy to have gotten that position. I felt at the time when I first got it, before I figured out what it really was, when I first got it, I was under the impression that we were going to be helping families, right? So that's another story. I could do a whole live about DCF and about child protection just in general, but I don't know if I can until I am full-time YouTubing, a full-time business person, and outside of that. Because right now, today, I can't yet. But I was happy to have that job. I was happy, and I was finally like back to work and all of that. And people ask me questions like that. It's just not something you want to have to deal with, and they don't mean any harm. And I'm telling you, like, so what I started to realize is that as women, we are looked at as baby makers. Like, people ask you, and then even us as women, we're so socialized to think about and talk about our kids before we even ask each other what we're interested in. Like, just think about it. When you go out and you meet women for the first time, what is one of the first questions women ask women, or anybody asks women? Do you have any kids? Do you know how many times I'm asked that? And I'm like, even if you are a mother, you are more than just a mother. Your children are going to grow up and they're going to leave the house. Then what? What are you left with? They're going to grow up and they're going to move. So you need to have a life beyond what you are as a mother. But as women, that's the first thing people ask is, how many kids you got? So someone like me, my poor me, that lost a child, and I was at this orientation finally feeling free, and the first thing I'm reminded of is, oh yeah, by the way. And then I'm like, well, if I bring it up, I'm going to end up consoling them. This is what happens. I end up consoling the people. I'm dealing with my grief, and then I end up, when I tell anybody, which I understand, if I tell somebody I lost my daughter, oh, there's people that have broken down in tears in front of me, strangers. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, I really don't know what to do with that, because I'm dealing with my own grief. So I'm hugging you, I guess. I understand that, but then at the same time. So anyway, what that led to was me like totally, like, not saying I don't have any kids, sometimes lying and saying, yes, I have a daughter, she's 6, and that's leaving it at that. Because I just can't sometimes. Or I have told people I don't have kids. And I feel terrible saying that because that's not true. But in the essence, and what I've learned over the years is that not everybody can handle it. Sometimes if I did tell people that I did have a daughter and she passed away, then they start asking me what happened. And I'm like, I get it, because curiosity, human curiosity is a thing, right? We want to know. But when you say to me what happened, think about that just in general. When you come into contact with someone that's lost someone, be very mindful of the things you're asking them to tell you. If you're asking them, how did they pass? And it's their mom or anyone that they're close to, how did they pass? Just, I know you want to know, but just ask yourself before you ask them, is this something I really need to know right now? More is what I need to know right now more important than this person breaking down right now in front of me? Because you don't know how painful or how traumatic it was for them, and you're asking them, how did they pass? And I know you probably mean well, but just don't. I don't know how we got on this topic, guys, but here we are, right? God is good, and there's always a message in everything, and I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that. But that's something that, I started telling you guys about me. So that's where we are. That's how we got here. So those are some of the things about me. Like, this is what when you see me, when I present and you see what I'm doing now, just knowing the backstory, sometimes I think that in itself can be inspiring. Because if you yourself think about the worst day of your life or the worst thing you've been through, and the fact that you have been able to stand up again, smile again, fight again, keep going despite how sad you feel inside. Because I definitely walk around with a hole in my heart, like that's never going to be filled. If you're able to push past that and not quit on you, oh my God, that is a testimony. It's a testimony. And I think that is kind of, let me see something. That is, oh, I'm sorry, guys. Hold on one sec. That is a real blessing, for real. When you like, is Chris still here? Do you do YouTube, Sports Nerd? If you do YouTube and you're thinking about going live, it's I'm doing it on my laptop. So it has like all these features, and I'm like trying to learn the features, because like when you're not live, it's not like you could do a test run. Or maybe you can. I'd be too scared to press go live because I don't want it to actually go live for real. So I don't know. But I see there are more people in here. When you come, guys, please hit the thumbs up button. That really helps out the live for some reason. I think it pushes it up in the algorithm or lets other people know that I am live. So yes. So that's what, when you see me, that's my backstory. And I've started talking about, Okay. Oh, you did. Okay. So Sports Nerd said no, she doesn't have a channel, or he. I'm not sure if it's if you're a woman or a man, or if you identify as other or binary. I'm not sure. Um, but they said no, I don't. Just enjoy working out. Me too. Well, I say I enjoy it, but not really. And came across my page. Thank you. Oh, yes. I love that. Yes. Thank you so much. She said, I love your energy. I play your videos when I work out at home. Thank you so much. Like, that really means a lot to me. Like, for real, because we second guess ourselves a lot. Oh, my kind of girl, 40 years old. That's my kind of people. 40 and up crew. That's who I am talking to. Like, when I do these videos, I am showing, look, we are in our 40s. People might have written us off and said, oh, y'all old now. No, we not. We can still move our bodies. We can take care of ourselves. We can keep ourselves young and toit and fit and healthy as long as possible. And I definitely, I don't always enjoy the actual workout, but I really enjoy the benefits. I really enjoy how I feel. I enjoy that I'm a lot more flexible. You know, those things I definitely enjoy. Um, yes, Chris. So if you're gonna go live, do you go live on your channel? I don't think you gone live? When you go live and you do it on your laptop, honey, there's all these, so my eyes are like all over the place because there's like all these features. You should, Chris, like if you want to like start to really build and talk to your audience live, like you talking to them talking to you, start doing live streams. It's a good way to, first of all, get over your own nerves and jitters. And it's also a great, I really enjoy connecting with people that actually watch the videos because I take my time, guys. I'm not the best at editing. I've seen some vlogs on YouTube that I was like, wow, this person should be in Hollywood. Like, these are beautifully done. But I try my best. Like, I really put effort and love into the product I'm putting out, into my content, because girl, and you have the personality. Like, I was watching your video yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I was watching your video yesterday or the day before, Chris, and you have the personality. Like, you have presence on camera. Girl, go live, honey. Don't be nervous. You definitely have it. Like, I see it. I can tell. And then I really like your setup that you have is that in your garage? So, sports nerd. Sports nerd. So you should be downstairs with my husband. He's in the back right now with his cousin, dad, and brother, and they are screaming football all day, playing. Do you watch football, sports nerd? But sports nerd Chris is also a workout enthusiast, and she has a great setup. Like, she has like a treadmill and weights and all of that in her house, which is awesome. Oh, it's in the basement. Great. When we move, like the house I have right now doesn't have a basement, but this is our first house. So when we move into our forever house, we're gonna have a big basement. Oh, you're a 49ers fan, so it's one of his best friends. 49. I'm not into football or basketball. I used to be when I was growing up in the 90s. You already know who I was a fan of. I was a Michael Jordan fanatic, Bulls fanatic. And I really enjoyed basketball. I used to know all the stats, all of it. I used to read the paper on my way to school every morning in high school. Read the stats. I mean, like, read the stats of each player, and I could recite that. I don't have the same love for it anymore at all. I barely know the players now. I barely know them. And we used to, I think, you know what it was growing up, because my dad was a big basketball fan. Well, he's a big sports fan like you. He loves football, basketball, soccer, cricket, whatever. Um, but we used to bond with him, teasing him about the Knicks because he was a huge Knick fan. He still is, and we were Bulls fans. Me and my sister. So we used to chant and go around him in a circle, like when the Bulls won. But anyway, yes, Chris, her channel is really dope, and I like her energy. Did they win yesterday, Chris, or they lost? Because the last thing I saw, because I go in and look every once in a while my husband, he in his den. Oh, they didn't win. Does that mean they're out? Like they were not going to the playoffs, or was that the last game of the season? Because I know a little bit because I have a husband that is a sports. You know how guys can be with sports. Like he's a Texan fan, so everything his room where he does all of his sports in is Texaned out. He has it on his car. He has the gear. I mean, just okay, you're still in. Okay, good. So you good. Like they just can't do that again. And maybe it's better for them to have gotten a loss now rather than next week when the playoffs start next week, right? That's better. See, I know a little bit about sport, a little bit, but when it comes to football and like all the technical stuff and the flags and the whistles and the I'll be checking out. I don't know. I try to like it because I want to be like one of the guys sometimes, but it's just I don't know. It's not my thing. But all right, so I didn't even talk to you guys about the topic for today. I just started talking about me. But it's important to like, I show like in my videos and stuff, I show my personality. I show a little bit about what I'm doing during the day and stuff. But I think that like the kind of community I'm really trying to build, like I'm trying to build a community of women, men too. Men are allowed to join, but really my base and my focus is on women because as women, we tend, especially if we have a family, if we have children and stuff like that, even a husband, we pour all of our energy into our family and leave nothing for ourselves. We pour everything. Because like I'm also a coach like outside of YouTube, and I show a little bit of the clips in my videos. I do those online classes. I do one-on-one coaching where I do virtual coaching with people from all over the country. And I teach them about food and I'm their fitness or their weight loss best friend. So whereas they might not have anyone else that's a support for them, I become that support. I do that as well. And the one thing that we work on a lot, whether it be those people that come to my classes, whether it be my clients, is that finding time to take care of only yourself. Some people really have an issue doing that. Like they have this incredible feeling of guilt. They're like, oh, I'm supposed to do X, Y, and Z for my husband, or I'm supposed to be da 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 da. I can't do it because, and I'm like, okay, you need to work on a plan. I'm moving from my phone to TV. I'm here, but okay. But I'm like, you have to like make time for yourself. As you come in, guys, like the live, drop a comment, drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know you're here. You have to make time for yourself. You cannot just spend time taking care of everybody else and never have time for you. Like that's just not going to work. And then the other thing that I have to work out a lot with clients and just hearing this from friends and everybody in general is, why does it look like this? I just came from the gym, guys. You'll see that in the next vlog. all the fun I had just to get here at 6 is getting people to stay consistent. Like they'll go really hard for like a week. Like I'll be getting all the things they're supposed to send me when they're doing the one-on-ones. They'll be doing that good for a week. And then they hit a pitfall. Something happens in their world. And then I start getting the excuses. Oh, I'm not going to be able to send that today because, or I'm going to send it to you next week because I wasn't able to do da da da. And I'm like, okay, how can we get to a place where we can be consistent even through the storm? Once you figure out that life hack, you'll never quit again. And that's where I am. That's what really propelled me to start a YouTube, because I am now in a place where I will never quit again. Ever. Unless I physically cannot. I will not quit anymore. Ever. You have to be disciplined. You are so right. Like, you have to be disciplined. But learning that discipline, right? That's really difficult for some people. Like, I've been studying this. Like, I study my clients. I really want to help them. You know what I mean? Because I'm very passionate about this. This is something that I want to do full time. Like, I want to do this full time so I can pour all of my energy in it. Right now, this is part time because I still have a full time job. I used to be a social worker for child protection in New Jersey, but I'm no longer doing that. So now I'm working a job where I'm on the administrative side of things. And I did that so that I have more personal time for me. Because when you're a social worker, you have no time for you. You are constantly on the go here, there, and everywhere. You have very limited personal time. So I switched jobs so that I'm able to focus more on this, right? So I still work a full-time job. I still have to work from 8:30 to 4:30 every day. Oh. So that's why my classes, my live Zoom workouts, they're in the evenings, because literally I work to 4:30, and then I immediately go into my second job, which is zone stuff. So that's my business is called the Zone Fitness. So when you hear me say zone gang and stuff like that, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the business side of things. And we're all zone gang. Um, but that trying to juggle my part-time job, my part-time job and my full-time job, and still stay consistent with my own fitness journey. It's a lot, right? But then when I come to my clients and I'm asking them, like, what would it take for them to become disciplined? Like, to fight that feeling, because there's a time when you get this feeling where you just don't feel like it anymore. You don't feel like working out. You don't care about eating right. You want to eat what you want, right? That happens sometimes. Like, you have moments like that where you're going through a lot. There's a lot happening in your family. And the first thing people do, which is what I really don't like, the first thing people do is neglect something for themselves immediately. Like, they have a lot going on. Their kids are out of school, and they have family over, and they have, all of this stuff happening. The first thing they do is say, oh, I'm not going to work out. The thing I want to shift, and why I started this, showing my journey and showing how I'm able to be consistent all the time, even on vacation, even when I'm going on a trip. Ooh, you guys we going on a trip, guys, and you are coming. And on top of that, I'm gonna go live from my vacation while we're on vacation. Um, and it's a tropical place. Did I say where I'm going already? I don't know, but if not, I want to keep the mystique. But you come in. So I show how I'm able to stay consistent, because my hope is that I can show other people how to keep it going even when you got all this stuff going on. So that's the long-winded way for me to say that, is I have this happening, that happening, this happening, that happening, and I still make time for me. And that is the key. Is like non-negotiable. You need to pay yourself. And how do you pay yourself? Eating right, exercise, and plenty of this. You got to pay yourself. Speaking of, let me take a sip. We pay everybody else and don't pay ourselves. So when I think about like how to get people to be consistent over a long period of time, even I'm going to be honest with you guys, like even people that hire me to be their coach, even people that hire me to be their coach, they still sometimes fail and they don't stay consistent. And I take it personally. Like I care so much that I take that personally. Like I'm like, didn't they? But then I have to tell myself, there's only one person that can truly. Okay, yes, I'll go over the my workouts. Sure. Just give me one sec. The only way that you can truly become consistent for real is when you make the decision to do it. You can have a coach, you can have Jesus Christ, anybody can tell you or give you the tools, but nobody. I'm sorry. So people can lead you to water. I'll just use that as the acronym instead, as the example. They can lead you to water, and that's what a coach does. That's what a teacher does. That's what a mentor does. They lead you. They guide you to the right path. But then you have to decide to drink. And if you're not ready to do it, you ain't gonna do it. You are going to make every excuse. You're going to say everything. But what I hope is by me saying what I'm saying and speaking candidly about my journey, speaking candidly about the ups, the downs, everything that has happened to me, my backstory, so that when you see me, you see the pain and honest, like real life pain that I live with every day, and I'm still able to fight through that. And I'm not saying just because I can do it, you can, but I'm hoping that I can inspire. You understand? I'm a very unjudgmental person. Like I've been through so much stuff that did you guys hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? They're down there screaming. Who's playing right now? They're down there screaming. Woo, Lord. Okay. Wait. Oh, now they, of course, as soon as I like, now they're silent. They were just down there screaming. Okay. So Sports Nurse said, can you go over your classes again? Type of workout, when, what time, how much? Sorry, I was cooking. Oh, you're cooking. Great. I still got to cook. I just went food shopping. I vlogged it. So you guys are going to get to see what I bought. That'll be going up tomorrow. Okay, classes. So I do live Zoom workouts. My live Zoom workouts are held at 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. No, I'm sorry, it used to be Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday. Okay. Each day is a different focus. Monday is cardio and core. Tuesday is cardio and upper body. Wednesday is cardio and lower body. Thursday is full body, no equipment workout. So when I say cardio is different depending on what we're doing for the day. So it could be we could be doing a little step, aerobic step, just like very light, 15 minutes tops of cardio, just to kind of get our body warmed up. It could be kickboxing. It could be jumping jacks. It could be kicks. Like, it depends on the day, and it depends on what type of workout we're doing for the day. But each day the cardio is different, and each day the playlist is different. I have different themes throughout the week. So Monday we go more with Afro beats, but then sometimes I do a throwback on Monday, depending on the situation. Tuesday, when we're lifting weights, because we're doing a lot of upper body weight lifting on Tuesdays. So that day, the playlist is typically more hip hop based, more of a like pump you up kind of music. And then Wednesday we take a trip to my island. We go to the islands on Wednesday for lower body. So a lot of like dancehall reggae, like old school 90s dancehall reggae, um calypso music, soca music, that kind of thing. And then Thursday is throwback Thursday. So I typically, because of my age, go back to the 90s for throwback Thursday, because the 90s had the best music. I'm sorry to tell you, the songs were 5 minutes long, which is great for a workout class. The there's so many songs, like so many songs. I could go so many different ways. It's awesome. So Thursdays we do a full body, no equipment workout. Each class we have both standing exercises and floor exercises. So on Mondays we use the stability ball to do core, like to do our abs, and we also use weights for abs. Or we sometimes do no or body weight. Sometimes we do body weight on Monday, abs. Tuesday, you need weights. Wednesday, you need a booty band and weights and a kettlebell sometimes. Thursday, no equipment. So you just need a mat and a towel. Um, and the classes are about an hour long each day. And that includes stretching, the workout, and then we stretch at the end. So I don't just focus on weight loss. Yes, you want to lose weight, but I also want you to work on joint stability and work on your gait and work on your stretching ability and all of the things, like a well-rounded workout class, workout program, right? And I do the workout with you. Like, we work out together. While I'm teaching the class, I'm doing every single rep with you, everyone. Um, and it's a great community. We have people that do the classes live with me, and then we also have people that do the classes, the recorded classes, because I have a library of all of the classes that I've ever done. Well, not ever, because it goes back to 2022, I think. And I started when the pandemic, I started in October of 2020, doing these classes. And the thing is, when I first started, I wasn't using the same program I'm using now. When I first started, I was just doing it live, and then if you missed the live, that's it. But now I have a whole website and a program, and you can go on and select what workout you want to do. So as far as pricing, I have the link for you to sign up in the bio, in my YouTube bio, like where it says links. You'll see my link to my Instagram account, and then a link to Arquetta, which is the program I use for my workouts. So you can do many different options. Most people choose this. They choose the full workout, like the full package, where you have access to live workouts, on-demand workouts, and that package is $49 a month, and you get full range to all of my workouts, all of the library. Some people do like a 5-class bundle, and that's $25. So you do 5 classes, and they spread it out. They might do 5 Mondays or something like that, but it has to be used in concession. So if you're going to do something like that, like do a $25 bundle, you have to do it within a certain time frame. You understand? For that bundle. Or you can pay by class if you wanted to just try a class. Each class is $7. And then if you just wanted the on-demand library, that's $40 a month. So what I created doing this program was something that I was looking for when I was struggling to work out. Because I come from doing group fitness. Like when I was in New York, had a great trainer, but then I moved to New Jersey where I live now. And I had to reteach myself everything because everything that I learned was from those group fitness classes with an amazing trainer. So when I came here, I was looking for that and I just couldn't find it. Like no one that I went to worked out like that trainer in New York. Nobody. Like nobody had that fire and the great playlists and the amazing energy and worked out with you, you know? So I created it. I started doing it eventually. I mean, it took years because I came to New Jersey long before I started doing the workouts, but it was always a dream to start my own program and do classes. So yes, so that's what I do. I really, really enjoy doing those classes. And that's something that is one of my goals, to open a gym where I'm able to do those same classes in person and also have the on-demand option for people that don't live in New Jersey that want to join and be able to do it at different times, like do a morning class, do an afternoon class, do an evening class, you know, and then expand it. Woo, if I'm working out all day like that, I'm gonna be skinty. I'm gonna be super fit doing all them workouts. Goodness. But you know what? What I could do is have different types of workouts or do different types of things throughout the day. Yeah, we'll make it work. But that's something I plan to do eventually. It's just stepping out on faith, you know. So and then I always tie everything that I talk about, always tie it back to weight loss and your journey, because you know that's the passion. That's what I love to talk about. So when you think about it and you think about like your fitness journey and staying consistent for real, like this time, because we're in 2025, guys. We are not getting any younger. Aren't you sick and tired? I know I am. I know I really am. And sick and tired of not making it happen. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of dreaming about getting to where I want to be and not being there. I'm sick and tired. I was sick and tired of not being consistent with my workouts. My diet is a different story, but I've gotten a handle on it because in 2024, that was my goal. My goal was to reintroduce myself to healthy eating. I wasn't eating. Yeah, sick and tired, girl. Like sick and tired of the foolishness, sick and tired of the yo-yo, because that's kind of where I was in 2023. In 2023, I was really sad. Like it just hit me. I don't know if it was coming out of the pandemic mixed with my grief of my daughter not being here, seeing my friends that I had children with around the same time and their children going off to college and seeing all of that. I don't know. It just hit me in 2023. And I ate a lot more than I should. And on top of that, I think the other piece was, and I'm pretty sure this has happened to you before if you've been on a diet or you've struggled with your weight, is you get to like your slim version of you, right? Like the slimmest, you're starting to feel yourself a little bit, and that's fine. You know, you've done the hard work. You start feeling yourself. You start slimming down. Them jeans that couldn't fit are fitting now, and you start feeling yourself a little bit. And you like, I could afford to eat that. I could eat a little bit of that, and you start doing that, right? I could eat a little bit. I don't got to go to the gym today. I'm gonna skip the gym. We ain't gotta go today. And you're like, yeah. And then you're like, I'll just get back on track next week. This is what happens. You start doing this. You start rationalizing your own foolishness. And forgetting all the hard work that it took to get you where you are. And on top of that, you're not at your goal yet, but you start feeling yourself. And so what I call that is don't get gassed. Just because you're having some success does not mean you just jump off of the deep end and say, F it, I'm going to start eating. I'm going to start doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Instead of that, take your time to refocus. And that's what I did in 2024. 2023, I was eating way more than I should, and I gained a lot of weight. I got back up to 272, and I started at 312, right? So I lost 100 pounds. I got all the way down to 212, right? So in 2023, when I jumped on the scale, like maybe like in October of 2023, I'm actually have a video that I want to put out, but I don't know how to do it. Like how I want to edit it, of me crying in the car, like in October 2023. I want to post that eventually. And I was like, girl, you're almost back to 312. You might as well be 312. Like, because that was my starting weight when I started the journey. So I had gotten all the way back up to 272 in October of 2023. And this is the first time I'm actually saying this out loud, because I was ashamed. I was ashamed of myself, because how did I do that? How did I get that big again? How? You know how? And I was working out every day. I was doing the classes. Well, I was working out 4 days a week. I wasn't working out every day. Let's not exaggerate. I was working out 4 days a week. But after class, what are you eating? Like, you're eating pasta, you're eating all kind of foolishness, doesn't work for your body. I was just bugging out eating. And I was sad. And I was drinking alcohol a lot more than I should have been. Drinking, right? So 2024, I said, girl, we are shutting it down. There will be no alcohol. There will be no, you're going to therapy. You're going to clean up this mess and get your life together. So that's what I did in 2024. Got my life all the way together, lost the weight. I want to lose 40 pounds. I lost that 40. I haven't weighed myself this week yet. I weigh myself Sundays. So when I weigh myself, because I'm all the way back down to 240 right now. So when I weigh myself, I don't know what the scale's gonna say this time. But your girl losing weight. Okay. I want to get back to the 212. That's where I need to be. 212. That's where I need to be. And once I get there, that's fine. And I am 5'7". I'm 5'7", not that tall. And I've always, like I said, guys, like I say it a lot, I've always been heavy set. So I'm not a small girl at all, and I don't think I ever will be. Like, I don't even, honestly, I don't even have the goal of, how people say I want to get to Wonderland. I don't necessarily have, I don't necessarily have that goal. I'm fine being 212 pounds, getting down to maybe 205. I'm fine with that, because I'm a bigger person, as long as my fat in my body has been reduced. Like, I'm losing fat. I don't mind being a little heavier, because I do lift weights. I do. Like, when I go to the gym, I don't know if you guys watched my vlog yesterday, But I had a great lifting session. I did cardio first, and then I did a whole back routine. Um, and I did 5 rounds, 12 reps each round. And then I just filmed it in different angles so I could show what I do. And then hopefully if people want to do that, that when they go to the gym, they can. And it was just a strict back workout. And then I did some core afterwards. But working out like that, like working out with weights and being like solid, like my legs are like I'm strong. So I don't necessarily have the goal of being under 200 pounds, but I want my body fat to be significantly reduced. Okay. So I want to be leaner, but I don't necessarily care about Wonderland. That's not important to me. What's important to me is reducing body fat. So I don't know, guys. Like, what do you think about weight loss? Like, are you one of the people that would like to be in Wonderland, or are you there already? I don't know. But for me, that's hence why I say I put, and you'll see a lot in my titles, plus size fitness, because I might not look like a coach or what people think a fitness coach should look like slim and super, cut up and all of that. Right. But I want to show that fitness does not always look like that, and if people only have that as their marker, then what does that say for someone that's never going to look like that? They need to see people like me too. Like that needs to be out there too. And that's something that I really hope this YouTube channel does, is exposes plus size fitness as a real thing. Like everybody's not a size 2. Some people are a size 14. And they're fit too. They're taking care of their body too. They're doing the best that they can too. And it doesn't mean that they want to be a size 6. So they want to be, they want to just be, and take care of themselves. So that's kind of like what I'm showing, guys. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, guys. I enjoy just chatting it up about fitness. I don't know if I put questions, but I don't think did anybody ask a question in here? I don't think so. I don't see any questions here. Live chat. And you guys were nice in the chat. I love that you guys connect with each other as well. That makes me happy inside. So we're going to do this every Sunday. I'm going to come on and I'm going to talk to you guys about fitness, about life, just so we can start getting to know each other a little better. And I'm also going to call people out like Chris and say, tag, you're it. You need to go live next. Your turn. Just go live, just chat about your experience with your journey, and you can talk about whatever you want. The one thing I really like to talk about is consistency, because I think that is the key to longevity, is just getting on that consistency train and not getting off. And whatever that means for you. I know that people think consistency means every day you go hard in the gym and you go hard when you work out at home. If you work out at home, that's not the case. Some days consistency means getting in an extra stretch. If you don't feel like working out, just getting on the floor and stretching. Just getting on the floor, doing some yoga, turning on a video on YouTube, doing some yoga. Every day doesn't have to be a super duper hard workout. But when you want to get your mind in the mindset of, I need to be consistent all the time, you got to cut yourself a break sometimes and say, you know what? I'm not going to go hard today, but I'm still going to get movement in, because that's what we got to do. I've got to get movement in. So I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to do beginner's yoga. I'm going to do some core work. I'm going to do some planks. Everything doesn't have to be a 5-hour workout. You know, that's not what consistency is. Today, I went to the gym right before I logged on with you guys because all the things that were happening. And when I got home, I had to run in, start the live right away because it was 6 o'clock already. And but I got my 30 minutes in. I didn't make that excuse and say, oh, I have the live, I won't be able to make it. I still fit it in. And even though it wasn't the hour I wanted to do, I still did 30 minutes. You understand? So it's just tracking and adjusting every day, figuring it out. But we'll always talk about that. We'll always strategize on ways that you can become and stay consistent, ways that you can get over yourself, and acknowledging the thing that stops you from or makes you fall off, right? Acknowledging the thing. What is it? What stops you? Like, think about the last time you was going hard and you lost so much weight. Why did you stop? That's a rhetorical question. I want you to really think about that. Really think about that because we're going to talk more about falling off. Why did you stop? And then what people, when I ask clients this too, what the number one thing they say is they start telling me about something that was going on in their life. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you, why did you stop? So, Chris, see, look, now I'm turning to coach. Oh Lord, here it comes. Here it comes. So Chris said she stopped because I got comfortable and she was liking what I saw in the mirror. Right. So that is what, remember what I was saying earlier about we get gassed? I'm from New York. I don't know where everybody is from, but in New York, back when I was growing up, like the lingo has changed now. But when I was growing up, if somebody said you gassed or you getting gassed or you gassed up, it means like you're feeling yourself. So help me understand this. You were liking what you see in the mirror, right? Right. That's the second piece. She says, not realizing how fast the weight would creep back up. And there you go. Say it again. Holy, you preaching now, girl. Not realizing how fast the weight would creep back up. Now, one, you get comfortable, we get gassed. And this, you have to acknowledge it so you can shut it down when it happens. Just like how we shut down our kids, we shut down our husband when they acting up. We have to shut ourselves down. We got to check ourselves when we see this. We have to be able to, but first, you have to be able to acknowledge the thing. You have to. So you got comfortable. You liked what you saw in the mirror. So that's a two-part thing. Because not only did you get comfortable with what you're seeing and you liking what you're seeing, but you forgetting how you got there. How did we get there? How did we get to liking? We got to liking by doing the hard work. But it's like somewhere between the hard work and getting the results where there's a disconnect between the two. It's like the hard work is too traumatic, so we don't want to think about it no more. What hard work? We like, what hard work? What you mean I was dieting and drinking water? I ain't do that. And all we see is the results. It's so crazy to me. Like, this is what we all do. We've all done it. So what we have to do, first, acknowledge it. Acknowledge that that's a thing. And then two, stop doing it. And the only way you can really stop is when you're able to identify those feelings creeping up, those things you start telling yourself, oh, I could skip the gym today. Oh, that piece of cake ain't gonna hurt. These are all I'm getting gas. And sure, I'm not saying that you can never eat a piece of cake, because best believe my birthday is January 27th. I will be eating cheesecake. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is it keeps happening. Like you can have one day where you eat one thing, but you know the next day you're going back to the real. Like you're going back to eating the way we're supposed to eat. I'm not even going to say dieting, the way we're supposed to eat. Okay? If we want a long, fruitful, well-adjusted, well-healthy life, then this is the way we're supposed to eat. Because as we get older, if we're eating terribly all of our lives, then your body's going to pay you back when you get older. It's going to pay you back. So once we acknowledge what we've done, like that, those thoughts creeping up, and you start tipping in the back of the fridge, grabbing them sodas again, slap yourself on the wrist. We ain't done. That soda's not serving us. And acknowledge it. Say it out loud. Start journaling. Start talking about your goals out loud. Stop keeping your journey to yourself. Out loud. Talk about it. Let people know this is what I'm doing. Hold yourself accountable by saying it out loud. Sometimes when we're on a diet, we keep it to ourselves. We don't want to tell anybody. And the reason why you're doing that is because you think you're going to fail. But you're not saying that. You're just like, I ain't gonna tell nobody. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I ain't gonna say nothing. That's not what I did. You're doing that because when you fall off, you don't have to hear it from nobody. I know. I've done it all. All right. I've been fat since I was 10. Even before that, since I was 6, according to my mama, because I asked her. P.S. My mom works out with me in my classes every day. She is 70 years young. She works out with me every Monday through Thursday. Okay. But we do that. And you see how passionate I'm getting about this? Because I personally think this is what stops people from being consistent. They start feeling themselves. They start liking what they're seeing. And they don't realize that the weight will come back with a vengeance, and with their cousins and auntie and their stepson. They all coming. They coming to visit. They coming to hang out. They like, oh, remember her? Oh yeah, she got that nice warm belly. Let's go over there. We're gonna set up shop in her stomach. Where the weight gain? Where do we, like, for me, the one place when I'm gaining weight, my stomach, I start to bloat, and my stomach starts sticking out, my booty, my arms, my face. So that's what happens when we start putting the weight back on. It come back. But you know what? The other piece I want to say, and I want you to think about this too. Is the weight really coming back that fast? Or when we lose weight, we're looking at the time too much? Because when you go on a weight loss journey, what's one of the questions people always ask if you lose a bunch of weight? They say, how long did it take you? That's another question that lets me know that you're not going to make it. Because you shouldn't be concerned about how long it's going to take. Because once you enter into the dimension of weight loss, you're going to be there forever, because you cannot go back to what you were doing before. Because if you go back to what you were doing before, what's going to happen? The weight going to come back. So you can never re-enter that world. You need to kiss that world goodbye and enter into the world of fitness. Amen. And that doesn't require time. So I think sometimes when we're on a diet, we're so concerned with how much time is going to take to get rid of the weight. But when we're eating whatever we want, we're not looking at how long it took. We're not looking at the time. We're not looking at the clock, because we're eating what we want. We chilling. You're drinking the alcohol. You're eating the sugar. You're eating everything you want. And your body doesn't have that feeling of like you're not having those cravings because every craving that you have is satisfied. But when we scale back and change our diet, your body you have hunger pains. You have this nagging thing in the back of your head. I want sweets. I want candy. I want, and you have to deny yourself things like, and you just don't like it, right? So of course, when we're in a moment or in a stage of being uncomfortable, we're not going to like that. So of course it's going to feel longer. Think about how long a minute feels when you're doing a plank. Think about how long a minute feels when the clock is winding down at work and you're ready to go, and how long that last 5 minutes takes. Think about that and think about how long, whatever uncomfortable feeling, that time takes forever. But when we're having fun, what do we say? Dag! That went by so fast, right? So same thing when you're eating whatever you want with reckless abandon. Woo! It's a party. You're not going to think about time. It's only when we're dieting. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that word because I'm trying to get away from saying dieting because it's really the way we're supposed to eat. But when we're eating the way we're supposed to, and it's not as fun. It's not as fun. Now the time take forever. And you like, oh Lord, it's only been a week. Yes, Chris, yes, right. Once you start thinking about it in those terms and you start really changing how you think about your fitness journey and changing how you think about weight loss and changing how you think about yourself and what you're saying to yourself and what you allow yourself to tell yourself. It's not even about anyone else. It's what you allow yourself to tell yourself. If you start letting those thoughts creep in, nobody else can't stop you. Your husband could say something, your kids could say something. You're going to eat what you want to eat. You're going to do what you want to do until you're ready to change it. But I know for me, I got sick and tired of spending. Sometimes I spent a year just telling myself, I need to get in, I need to get back in the gym. I need to get back in the gym. I need to get back in the gym. Once I started my journey for the last time in 2017, that's when I started my journey again for the last time. I said, I wrote a contract. I don't know where it is because we've moved since then. I wrote a contract and told myself, self, you will never, ever stop again. I don't care if you're going on vacation. I don't care if whatever. We are not quitting. We're not stopping again. I'm going to work out even when I don't feel like it. I'm going to work out on vacation. I'm going to work out if I'm out of town. I'm working out. And it's a part of my life now. And like the days when I really, really don't feel like it, I just go either to the gym or to my home gym is in my living room, or or to the living room, and I'll work out and do something, right? Like I might not feel like it, I might be dragging, but I do something. And it's normally like within the 5 minutes mark, I start getting into it a little bit. Some days it's still a struggle, but I'll do it. But the key is like I wrote a contract with myself and said we're never going to stop again because I'm sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of stopping, starting, and then spending all that time to get mentally prepared to start again. I'm not doing it. And last year, well, 2023 now, that's 2 years ago. Oh my God, time is moving. 2023, when I had my slip up with my diet and I was not eating the way I should, I'm not doing that again either. But I think that happened for that to get me to this place where I am now, where I'm confident to speak to others and encourage you to get on your A game and not quit ever again. Like, this is it. Like, no, oh, new year, new me. And then by March, oh, girl, I ain't work out in 10 days. We're not, look, we ain't got time for this anymore. And that's how, I'm being real with you, that's how I got to talk to me sometimes. I'm like, oh, yeah, so you're not going, that's, you know what? That's where Mean Reen, the coach Mean Reen, that's where she comes in and she talks to the lazy girl that lives deep inside of me. Because lazy girl, Shireen, she like to lay in bed and watch This Is Us. Amen. She want to lay in bed and watch This Is Us and sip on some seltzer water and eat some grapes. That's what she want to do. She don't want to go to the gym. So Mean Reen gotta step in and make that happen. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys for humoring an old lady. I'm 45. I'm about to be 46 on January 27th. I'm just kidding when I say old lady. I am very, very secure in my age. I talk about it all the time because we need to be represented. I feel like 40-year-old women, us ladies in our 40s and 50s need to be represented in this fitness space on a more consistent basis, because we work out too, or we want to get fit too. Like, not everybody, not just the little youngins. We want to get fit too. We want to be in the best version of ourselves as well. And that's the audience I really want to target and really want to inspire, are women like me, aren't my age, maybe have some weight issues, maybe not. Maybe you've been, fit your whole life and you just like to engage with other fit content. That's fine too. So I want to thank you guys for staying. Like, you guys been here this whole time. I really appreciate it. And if you could, guys, if you have any friends, if you have friends, I didn't mean it like that. Like, if you have friends, I meant if you have friends that are interested or started a fitness journey themselves, if you just share my channel with them, have them also please subscribe. I want to get to the first milestone, which is 1,000 subscribers. And then, and I mean, the watch hours and all of that, we're going to talk about that a little bit in a different video, like the YouTube requirements. We'll talk about that in a different live, but I would like to get to that milestone. I'm very appreciative of everyone that has subscribed, everyone that watches my videos. What I'm noticing in my analytics, and this gave me chills, little things give me chills, but what I've noticed in my analytics is people are watching more of my video longer, like the whole video. And I'm like, oh my God, people are watching the whole thing. Because little things like that, like people watching the whole thing, people rewatching parts. And also what I'm noticing, there's a section on there. If you're not a YouTuber, I know this probably sounds like, shut up, girl, but just humor me for a sec. There's a part that it shows you people that watch or people that engage in your content that are both not subscribers and subscribers. And that number has drastically changed. So now the people that are subscribers is greater than the people that aren't, that are watching and engaging in my content. So what that means, long story short, is that more people are subscribing and coming back to watch, which is very good, because that means I am connecting. And that's what I want to do. I want to connect, because the message that I have is so important, especially for us ladies. We got to take care of ourselves. And I will repeat that 10,000 million times. All right, guys, I'm going to go because what time is it? Oh, and it's not going to take long. I'm going to make a salmon steak. Like, I just went out and got these beautiful salmon steaks. I'm about to cook them because that's what I had a taste for. Oh, thank you so much. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm about to go cook that. I don't know if I'm gonna film it. I don't think I can because I gotta run, take a shower immediately, and then so I'm gonna I don't know. We'll see. You don't care about that. So guys, I thank you again. I really, really appreciate it. I thank you guys for staying for all this time and engaging with me. Um and stay tuned, guys. I have a video that's coming out tomorrow. I've been really trying my best to post a, a vlog every day, except for Saturday. No, except for Sunday, because Sunday I go live. So every other day I'm posting a video, whether it be a longer vlog or a little couple, like a 6-minute talking video or something. Or something. I've been trying my best to post stuff, but there will be a video going up tomorrow. Thank you guys for all of your support. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I'll see you next Sunday, 6 p.m. Bye. Good night, ladies.